Hello, happy Wednesday. I lost a day in there. So, didn't go live yesterday. I had my granddaughter at her house, which was fine. She's 3, so full of energy and sass. But she has started not napping, which is just a joy. So my intention was when I got her down for her nap, I was going to take, 20 minutes, do a quick face and be done, right? Well, after 30 minutes of sitting with her, nap was not happening. So anyway, if you hop on, say hello. If you watch the replay, say replay. If I can help you with anything, the keyword's just Wednesday. I used to make the keyword like something like, oh, we're going to talk about my eyes today. So we're going to do eyes. And after a while, I'm just like, it's the day of the week. Just the day of the week. It's helpful. Way too complicated. So my question was, what is my Desert Island product? What is your Desert Island product? You can take one makeup product with you. What would that be? All right, stay tuned. All right, I have a manicure and a pedicure today at 11. Woo woo. I am so ready. So we're going to get ready for the day. Oh, she's too funny, my granddaughter. She has the most unreal vocabulary for a 3-year-old. I mean, she just turned 3, not even a month ago today. Yes, a month ago today, right? Unreal. And I credit some of that to all the grandmothers that help take care of her. She's never been in daycare. So our kids have worked out their schedule that if they both have to work on the same day, that they put a calendar out, and then us grandmas put down what days we can take or whatever. So she's always around adults is kind of where I'm getting with that, and not around other children on a regular basis. I mean, she goes to like a gymnastics class and a dance class and things like that in the evenings, but that's like an hour here or there. It's not like a daycare where you're thrown in with 40 other children for 7 hours or whatever it is. Anyway, but she has gotten on this little I have to kick. And she did this, I don't know, starting like a couple months ago. My husband and I were both there. We try and catch a day when he doesn't have to be at the office, and so he can watch her too, and hang out and play and all the things. Anyway, but she started this, she'll want to do something, and then when we say, oh, I don't know, or no, we're not going to do that, she'll be like, but I have to, like the world is ending, if I can't do it, like I have to. And I'm thinking, there is nothing about that you have to. But now she's gotten to stomping her foot and going, yes, I have to. And I'm like, yeah, not with that attitude, we don't have to. So we had a couple little struggles yesterday, but 2 of them were because she didn't take a nap, because she was like yawning on the couch, and I'm like, oh, here we go. And then, yeah, we go lay down, and there is every reason why she can't lay down. Like, I needed my pillow covers wrong. And I'm like, I don't know where the other pillow covers are. So that's the one he got. It's like, it's not going to change your nap. Anyway, so it wasn't happening. And her mom had said to me, we've been struggling with nap. So some days we just say, whatever, never mind, which I get, and that's all fine. But a couple of her meltdowns after that were because she did not have a nap. And I know that, like, I'm fine with that, whatever. But it was too funny. So when her dad got home, I had forgotten. So, okay, y'all can appreciate this. So she didn't really eat well. She's in that, like, I want this, I don't want this. You name everything in the world that is available to her, and nothing sounds good, kind of a thing. So she hadn't really eaten well, and she hadn't had like any protein of any sort, right? It had all been just snacky stuff and, whatever. So she spied these little, like, I think they're called 1 bite cupcakes or whatever, but they're like with frosting on them. And they are tiny. Like, they would probably be perfect for her. The idea is for an adult where you're not having to like share a cupcake with someone. You just need that one bite, right? And I get that. And if she had eaten and then we decided we'd have that for dessert, I would have been like, absolutely. Because I could have just cut it in like half and she could have had 2 little bites or whatever. Anyway, well, she found them. And I said, well, if you eat a good lunch, we'll have one. And she's like, no, I need my sweet now. And I'm like, no, you don't. And I didn't laugh at her. In my head, I'm laughing, going, yeah, okay, sure. I said, when you eat lunch, then I'll let you have it. Well, then it was, you know, I'm the world's worst person and I want my parents, you know, I want my mommy, I want my daddy. And I'm like, I know, but they're both at work. Like, that's why I'm here. Hello. So, and I don't get rattled by stuff like that. I know she's tired. I know she's willful. I know she's very stubborn and she thinks that's what she wants. What she doesn't know is that her Grammy is very stubborn. So I'm like, well, then I guess you're just not going to eat anything, you know, because her thing is I have to have sweets, then I'll eat something. Which I'm like, you're 3. How do you know to turn that around on me? Right? But I was like, no, that's not how this works. You eat, I'll give you the sweets. Well, this is like a 15, 20-minute tussle where she is just down and out with like a, you know, the world is coming to an end. So I'm just like, okay, well, when you're done, we'll talk about food. So fast forward to the end of the day. I'm leaving. Her dad had come home. And that's, mom doesn't get home for like another hour. So dad, and I don't see dad in the morning. I see mom in the morning. I see dad in the evening. Dad came home and I scooch out of there. And then I'm like, oh shoot, I put those in a weird cabinet because I couldn't find a spot where they were visually out of her sight. That's what I was after. So I call him from the car and I'm like, one of our meltdowns was over these mini cupcake things and I put them in her cabinet. And he was like, oh, found them. I was like, sorry, I just needed them out of sight. He's like, oh, no worries, I get it. I'm like, okay, thanks. So then it was so sweet. Before I got home, apparently she's been giving them a little bit of fits lately. So before I got home, he had texted in our group little thread and was like, you know, I know she's been a pill lately and I'm so sorry. And I was like, oh my gosh, no, she was fine. Like once I got home and saw that, I was like, yes, you know, we had some struggles, trust me. But you know, that's what 3 is. You want something and Grammy's not going to give it to you. So is what it is. But holy cow, could I see her mama in her. So when I met her mom, she was about this age and she loved sweets. And I will never forget, I always keep M&Ms in the house. Always. My husband likes a little sweet something after dinner, and I don't really eat sweets. But if I'm going to, like 2 or 3 M&Ms just to change the flavor of my mouth, and I'm good, right? So when our kids were young and we'd play games and stuff, we'd always pull out like the Easter candy, the Christmas candy, the whatever candy, and we'd eat candy while we played games. So that it wasn't in my house when they left. And then when our granddaughter's mom was little, she would want candy. And she'd go to the M&M jar and she'd take a handful. Well, she's very petite. And when she was little, her handful's probably like 7 M&Ms or whatever. So I'm like, all right, just a handful. Knowing her handful, my handful, way different. I was not taking handfuls though. Anyway, it was pretty crazy. All right, I'm going to come in with my other favorite palette and use my favorite shadows. This is not my Desert Island product, but all right, we're just going to come in. So I appreciated the sweet words by our son-in-law, but I was like, really not necessary. I'm good, and she didn't shake me. Of course, we were reading some books. She loves books. Has 100,000. I mean, I swear. So she brought a book and I said, oh, I haven't seen this one. She said, oh, I have 3. And I'm like, well, go get all 3 of them. Let's read them real fast. You know, they're all the same character or whatever. So when she gets done, I'm looking at the back of it because I've never heard of this series before. And then she goes, can you buy me all the rest of them? I'm like, well, I'll look into it. So I was telling my husband, and, you know, she has so many books. I'm like, I don't know that she needs any more, but we'll find out. See if I can source them first. Just crazy. I love this combination when I want kind of a pinky color. I use my other big palette when I want that warm brown color. Just kind of felt like with my shirt today, a little pink option was a good choice. We also have the smaller palettes that only have 4 options, whereas this has 9, but they're only slightly less than this one. So if you're just looking for a cool tone palette, a rose tone palette, a warm tone palette, I have those. Oh, here they are. But they're just this big. And they just have 4 shades, right? So what I like about the larger ones is they're slightly more expensive. And by slight, I mean $10. But you get other options. So for me, like when I'm traveling, you would think, oh, take the smaller palette. I actually like to take the bigger palette because it gives me options, right? I don't have to take 3 small palettes. I can take 1 large palette, and I've got, you know, my kind of pinks. This one has a brown and this light brown. And in my other palette that I reach for my browns, it has a line of brown, a line of gray sort of colors, and then some really pretty metallics. So I just see the more versatility in these, which I think is why I grab for them more often. I don't want to pack 7 things. I want to pack 1 thing that can give me 6 different looks if I want that, right? All right, what are we doing? All right, I curled the lashes. Not gonna do eyeliner. Been kind of liking that look lately. So my Desert Island product is our Quadra. I have seen such a change in my lashes since I have been consistently using this. I put a picture up. So if you're watching this on my Facebook, you should see that a couple back. But I took a picture back in December when I started actively using this. And really it's because I was actively going live. So I'm taking a before picture and after picture, blah, blah. Well, I found a picture from December when I was using this. And then I took a picture from last week. And the difference in my lashes is unbelievable. Unbelievable. They are so healthy. They are so long. They almost touch my eyebrows. It's crazy. Now, I don't have any mascara on now. So let's get the mirror the right direction. I don't need 10 times. Just need a little help. All right. And I think, well, here's my kind of theory about Desert Island. If I'm on a desert island, I'm going to start to be tan. So I'm not taking foundation, right? Right? And I think of Desert Island beachy, all the things. We go to the beach with our friends. Let's be real. We stand at the pool that looks at the beach, but still, I'm not putting foundation on. I'm putting sunscreen on, but I'm not putting foundation on. So I like the idea of lashes. I think, yep, that looks good. I think lashes perk up your eye. I mean, look at just how more open my eye looks compared to this eye. So that would be kind of my Desert Island pick. Kind of the same thing I think about, you know, this summer, getting in the pool, being outside a lot. I love our SPF 30 for being outside a lot, but if I know I'm dedicated to the pool, one thing I'm going to want is sunscreen more than 30 because I'm going to be in the sun for like 6 hours. So I would probably forego foundation, put on sunscreen, and then do my lashes. So when I take my sunglasses off, I'm good. You know, that's kind of where it comes into play when you're at the beach and stuff. Normally I'll have sunglasses on, but there are times you don't. All right, second little pass. So if you're interested in Quadra, I have a goal that by the end of this week, I need to sell 4. I know, it's not a huge goal. It's good. So if you are interested in my Quadra, just say the word Wednesday or DM me and I can help you with that. I can either sell it in a bundle, which is in the links here with my eye bundle, which has a palette, my eyebrow, and Quadra, which gets you a free product with which today is a blue liquid eyeliner that ends today. So if you're interested in eyeliner, that ends today. But if you just want the mascara, I have a link for just the mascara. You get free shipping, you get a discount, you don't get the free product though. So if there's anything else you want to add to that, it doesn't have to be my bundle. It can be, you need a new lipstick, you need, I don't know. My go-to is always a new lipstick, right? I'm always on the hunt. I'm always running behind on one, whatever. When one starts to run low, I always make sure I've got that one waiting in the wings. Like this one that I love. I have one that I need to pull out soon. I might pull it out and let this one live in my purse for touch-ups. That's a good idea. All right, so that's powerful. That needs a wipe off. It's funny, I use Mented kind of in the middle of almost everything. And sometimes if I've done multiple different lip looks, it'll have a little bit of brown on the end, a little bit of this on the end. All right. That is going to do it for me. I love how this turned out. This is just simple, easy, quick, ready to go, ready to be seen in public. Because I'm going to go get my nails done because they look horrible. I took a picture the other day holding this up. And I don't know if you can tell, my nails are so grown out. It has been 3 weeks, I guess. I was going to go last week and then something happened. It didn't. So anyway, I saw my hand in the graphic and I was like, holy cow, time to go. So go into that shortly. All right. If I can help you with anything and if you can help me with my goal of 4 Quadras, I'd appreciate it. Thanks.